Hey, good day, everybody. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. Good day, everyone. I'm just trying to give everybody an opportunity to get in the room, say hello. It is the year end. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It is the end of 2023. Folks, I don't know about you, but time is moving and going fast. So we're going to just we're going to summarize a year in review. And we're going to talk about what's to come. Have you started planning? Have you started looking at what's next on your agenda and your financial future? What do millionaires and billionaires do? Hey, welcome to Lifestyle Focus Wealth. This is Lifestyle Focus Friday. And I'm your host, Ronco Johnson, keeping you company this afternoon. We're going to keep it light and fluffy today. And talk about, what we've done over the past year. What have you done? A lot of you, I'm excited about a lot of you. Just in our back office and offline, many of you I've been talking to. And I'm proud of you. A lot of you got your bank started in 2023, or you're in the process of getting your financial security tool squared away for the upcoming year. There's an excitement, a swell of buildup around folks like you that have decided that, hey, I need to have control of my own banking system. I need to be able to pay my bills when I want to, how I want to, while benefiting from using my own bank. Instead of just allowing people to use my money how they want to without being compensated for it. Well, that's what we've been talking about here the whole time. Here at Lifestyle Focus Wealth. That's what we do. That's what we do. I see some people popping into the room. I don't know who it is, but say hello. If you get an opportunity, hit me in the comments and say hello. And if you haven't, if you're a first timer, hey, take a look at lifestylefocuswealth.com. Consider joining our community. It's a wonderful community of people already taking advantage of the security of building wealth inside insurance policies, and then also leveraging them out to start businesses, to pay off cars, and all the great things. There's just so many things that open up with this, what I call the Swiss Army knife of the financial world, this very special financial tool. So, hey, happy Friday, Sam. I see you out there. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Today, we're going to freestyle it just a little bit. Why? Because it's the end of the year. And the end of the year means that we have an opportunity for reflection. But for those of you that have been on with me over the past few weeks, we talked about, are you the Flintstones or are you the Jetsons? And for those that haven't understood that and don't understand what I'm saying there, it was said that the Flintstones ran 16 seasons and the Jetsons was recorded for one season. So when you really think about it, is that, and we're using that as an analogy to see, well, we spent 16 seasons thinking about the Stone Ages, running barefooted on stone wheels. And we only spent one season thinking about flying cars, elevators, and such. We're all programmed to think so much about the past. But I want to reshape your mindset and think about the future. So we're going to spend just a little bit of time summarizing what we've done, summarizing 2023, and then we're going to look ahead. Why? Because it's a much bigger field out there. It's a much bigger field out there. If you agree with me, please put it in the comments. Like, share, comment. We want you engaged throughout our whole process. And if you're a Lifestyle Focused Wealth community member and you're online, go ahead and share it. Go ahead and hit your friends up on your internet right now, and whatever series you're in. If you're on Facebook Live, TikTok, what have you, YouTube, whatever it is, submit it to your friends. Let them know we're on. Hey man, check in. And you can always catch us, and I love to hear from you, right? So, hey, let me ask you, what was the number one thing on your plate that you took care of that you're really happy about from a financial standpoint? Did you buy a house? Did you start a business? Or did you just start getting more serious about your financial plan? I want to know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Please, let me know in the comments. This is Lifestyle Focus Friday. Friday is the day that we start thinking about what we're going to do tonight. What I want you to start thinking about is what we're going to do next year. And I just can't wait till what's coming up on 2024. And, I've already started my planning. How many of you out there plan? I'm a planner. So how many of you out there plan? Did you complete your plans for 2023? Or are you still working on it? For me, I'm still working on it. We got a few more days left right before the end of the year. So I'll be burning it both ends until the last minute. And, I'm sure there's many of you out there that's kind of like me, right? Right? So, in that being said, how many of you just enjoy our content? Been enjoying our content? Please let me know. The algorithm needs our support. We need your support, and everything we need is in our room. And we're building this thing. We're over 90 plus members now. In just about 15 to 16 weeks, this is week 16. I can tell you, honestly, for me, individually, Ronco Johnson, I can tell you it has been a lifetime dream just to have the opportunity to get on camera and discuss the things that I'm very passionate about and sharing them with you, as I do every single day, almost 365 days a year. I do take some time off. I promise you. Some of my friends are like, "Hey, Ronco, you need to. It's time to get out of that office and sit back, relax, and unwind just a little bit." And I say, "Well, I get this opportunity to do that with my friends every Friday, and then throughout the week, I get to talk to you in person. So there's no better way for me to relax and unwind, I absolutely love what we are doing, and I love the impact that we're making. We're beginning to see people who have had policies for many, many years start to look at this much differently. And from that, we're imposing our will on the community, on the culture. And when we start thinking about things just a little differently, the results turn out different. They just turn out different. And, I'm happy to say that this program, When the Lights Go Out, Are You Ready? And Lifestyle Focused Wealth has been the catalyst for this change. It changed me, and it allows me to see what's out there, what your concerns are, what you want to learn more about, the secrets to people's success. Hey, if you're in the office today and you got some comments, please drop a comment down below. And allow us to speak to you just a little bit. I would love to have you. What did you do this past week? This past week, I can talk to you about what financial institutions are doing. It's the fourth quarter of the year. It is the busiest time of the year. Why? Because they got to get those year-end quotas together. They're trying to get all the information in, input, and out before year-end, and you just got a couple more days. And on top of it, it falls on a weekend. So can you imagine billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars being transferred today alone? And then on top of it, applications coming in from all of the folks just like you. So talk to me. What did you do this year that you're really proud of? Did you get your will? Did you get your trust? Maybe you started an LLC. Maybe you started a corporation. I hope that you've decided to join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community because we can help tie it all together. In 2024, and next year, which is weird to say because you say next year and it's just a couple of days. Our focus is talking to you live. Yes, live. I can't wait until we open up our coaching classes, our masterminds, our think tanks, and you're a part of it. And you're a part of it. You know, it's amazing what happens when you learn from a lot of other people who are experts at their craft in the same room. In the same room. And all of a sudden, this energy starts to happen. That's right. This energy starts to happen. Positive energy. Positive energy flow is amazing. You know, just the other day, I was watching a video on Roku. I guess it would be on Hulu. And it was about Michael Jackson, the 40th anniversary of Thriller, right? And it was talking about his legacy and the things that personifies what you know today in song, dance, artistic expression, in video. You know, as I'm listening to jazz music, playing his songs in the background, I got to think about it and say, you know, what kind of impact on the world am I going to have? Am I having an impact that others are going to want to follow? You know, I was talking to a friend of mine who just recently had a little girl, and he's a first-time father. And unfortunately, he lost his father just a couple of days ago. But he said to me, Ronco, you know, I'm so happy that you talked me into going home for Father's Day and taking my daughter with me on the airplane. I was terrified. And I said, well, why were you terrified? He said, well, first of all, I'm taking a baby, an infant, on an airplane to New York City to meet my family for the first time. And this is an older gentleman. He's in his mid-50s. So there's a couple things to be nervous about. One, he's in his mid-50s. He's got a brand new baby. And he's got to take the little girl on his own on an airplane to his family. Well, fast forward to today. You know, he got to spend time with his family. He got to spend time with his dad, his mother, his brothers and sisters. And the one thing he said to me just the other night, he said, Ronco, you know, I'm at peace. I'm really at peace. He's not crying. He's not physically upset. Obviously, he's going to miss his guy. You know, his dad is his rock, is his partner, his guy. I think some of us out here that are listening today, we all have a lights out moment, right? But are you ready for it? That's what this program is all about. That's what it's all about, is being ready when the lights go out, because there's not an if. It's going to happen. But how you handle it when it happens is how they measure you. That's how they measure you. So I told him, I said, so is there anything I can do for you? He said, man, listen, you've already given me that gift. I got to see my dad. You gave me some instruction and some things to look forward to when I was nervous about having my newborn baby. You know, I'm a father. I'm a proud girl dad myself. And, you know, my child is now grown, but I still remember the days of taking her around. And, you know, when I started this practice, L.R. Johnson and Associates, our sponsor today, I remember taking her around in her baby crib and going to, council meetings and going to networking groups and taking her to fine dining restaurants and all these things, even when she was an infant to a little girl. I was so afraid of the opportunity passing me by and the fact that, we all know that lights out moments are always around the corner. We just don't know when. So I wanted to take advantage of all the opportunities that I can. And still, right up until just this past weekend over the holidays, did the same thing, right? Did the same thing. And my daughter, she's older now, so she doesn't like me to hug on her and kiss on her as much. It's a little embarrassing, but I love her so dearly. And so do the rest of the family and my niece and my nephew. And so, but when this is the holiday season, and then, like I said, when we have an opportunity to think about our year end and we reflect, don't just reflect on how much money you made. Think about how much impact you made. How much impact are you making on people's lives that you don't even know are watching you? And you know what? I can honestly tell you, being in front of this camera and then going out in the public, you really don't know who is listening. You don't really know how much hope you might be giving someone just by a smile or telling them it's okay. Hey, Donna, I see you out there. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you could get on. In reflection, I hope that day comes when it's my day, when my lights go out, that there is more than a ballroom full of people who can honestly tell my daughter one day the impact that I've made in their lives. And from that, not just talk about it, but visibly see the direction that we're helping. Businesses being created, wealth being generated and transferred, and capital being transferred from one generation to the next, tax-free. Advisors deciding to do more than just become glorified salespeople. They want to become an intricate part of the planning process and putting tools together to help people in the community. This is what I want. This is what I want for my life. I'm hoping that I'm giving that to you, and I hope it comes across the screen because, the sign says behind me, execution is another thing. Not everybody can execute. Talking about it is one thing, but execution is another. I'm going to encourage you in 2024 to take that plan that you're working on and execute it. Don't take one step back, and once you make your decision, once you put your foot in the sand, go with it. Go with it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't worry about what your neighbors are doing. Don't worry about the people at the water fountain and how they did their thing. Start focusing on ourselves internally. Love yourself. Love yourself. I've heard over the weekend, I was just doing some deep thought. And, I came across, I'm always on social media. Yes, I'm out there looking at people just like you are. And one of the messages that came about was talking about the word brother. And the root of brother is other. So the challenge was, you want to treat your brother like you would treat yourself or your sister, right? But if I love myself, I'm going to love my brother. And if I love myself, I'm going to love my brother's son. And my son's daughter. And my daughter's sons and daughters. See, what happens when we start treating ourselves that way, we start building a community of positive energy that's transferable. Now, where am I going with that? See, if you start thinking about it from the Flintstones or the Jetsons, that forces us to think ahead about how we're going to treat the next person beside us. It's a lifestyle, y'all. That's why we call it lifestyle-focused wealth. The trick thing to this whole combination that we've put together here, some people think it's just finance, it's just insurance. No, lifestyle-focused wealth is understanding that the wealth is exactly the lifestyle you're living. It's the lifestyle that you're living and who you share with, how you get there, the community that you bond with. That's where the wealth comes from. It's not the cash. Remember, I've always said cash is a tool, and we're using that tool to gather as much as we can for a bigger, more effective, and positive cause. And for that, I can't lie to you, that excites me to no end, knowing that some of you, I would like to say it, most of you, but some of you are going to carry on what we've already started. So, you know what? I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the next few months. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be a part of it. So if you got more information or you want to meet me in person and you want to have a one-on-one, I would encourage you to check us out on my website, my personal website. Go to roncojohnson.com and you can go there and schedule some one-on-one time with me. I'll be here to sit down and talk to you and hopefully give some great counsel on what's next in your financial world. But I would rather see you as part of our community. The Lifestyle Focused Wealth community is growing, y'all. It's growing. And it's all because we all have the same things in mind and in common. We're wanting to see other people benefit and grow. And as we're introducing this world, we're locking arms with other experts, other professionals who want to take advantage of what millionaires and billionaires have been doing for years. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And from oldest to youngest, my youngest is age 0. So for those of you who are thinking you're too young to start, we got an age 0 in the house. And for those of you who are thinking it's too late, I got some 80s in the house too. So I can honestly tell you, get in where you fit in. And if you think you're too late, stop thinking and just do. Let's execute. Put it on your think list. Top 5 things I want to do in 2025, 2024, and therefore, one, I know on my list, it was to inspire others in a way that I could get to multiple people at the same time. And this platform has allowed me to do that effectively using my time, my influence, and expertise to help the community at large. And that's what it's all about. When people understand how much you care, things change. Things change. So for my young advisors out there, my business people, my entrepreneurs out there, be sure that you let the community know how much you care. How much you care. Why? The lifestyle needs people who care about it. We need people who care about it. So, hey, in the comments, do me a favor. That's my monologue for today. But hey, put in the comments, what did you do this year that you're happy about? I'll see a couple of people, see a couple of our regulars on there. Come on, y'all. Help me out. Help me out. Tell me what's out there that you're proud about that you got done. I know I see Miss Donna out there. I know she's got her business up. I know you've been doing some fabulous things and doing some house cleaning, getting ready for the new year to come in. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Well, going back to what I was talking about while we're waiting on some other folks. When I started to look at that video talking about Michael Jackson, it was amazing to me how many people still to this day use his moves. How many people now record their music in a way that he created? How many people? Billions and billions. And when they start to talk about how many streams and downloads, absolutely amazing. And all the things that he didn't want to do, that people told him he couldn't and shouldn't do, but he had enough of a belief system in himself to go out and try it on his own. I don't think we give him enough credit. Yes, I know some of us have a tendency to say things about people that we don't understand. But I can honestly tell you this, if it's Michael Jordan, if it's Kobe Bryant, if it's Michael Jackson or Mike Tyson, all of these people that have this tremendous work ethic, they're a little different. They're all a little different. You got to be willing to give up something to be successful. You got to be willing to give up something to be successful. Even to have a successful podcast. This is not easy, folks. Speaking to an audience every week with new content, it's not easy. But it's my passion. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's another way of just being able to de-stress and know that, hey, whatever I'm saying, it's probably going to help somebody else out. And I see you out there, Miss Donna, you're saying helping others, providing some mortgage tips and understanding increasing and decreasing their mortgage. Hey, listen, that's another financial tool that we do talk about. If a person is underwater in their mortgages, that's less money for them to have for their retirement. So if we could decrease those mortgages or the interest that you're paying to someone else, but you could increase the interest that you're earning for yourself, you're impacting the world in a different way. You're impacting the world in a different way. I just hope you remember to use your Swiss Army knife financial tool. Hey, Catherine, I see you out there. Thank you for coming and joining us today. Today, we're winging it just a little bit. Why? Because we're just doing it. We're doing a review. I think it's appropriate. I think we all need a little bit of a review. Catherine says she's focusing on her exercise this year more than in the past. Well, look, your physical well-being, your physical fitness, and your financial fitness, and your emotional fitness, all these things are part of the lifestyle. You know, if you had a setback, the problem is, it's not really a problem if you had a setback. Some of us do. Hey, I have my own setbacks, But did you correct? Did you get back on the horse and get started now? You don't have to wait till January 1st. You don't. Over the holiday, it was raining, it was cold, all the reasons for me not to go out and walk. And for those of you that know me, after a significant leg injury and multiple surgeries to my knees, walking's not my favorite thing. But today, I can't wait to get outside and walk. I can't. And I know my buddy Sam out here, he's a walker too. He can't wait to get out here and walk. Just clear your brain, clear your mind, connect with nature. You can put your feet down and start looking at plants that are living, smelling taking a whiff of oxygen and the fresh air. You start appreciating things a little bit differently. You start thinking a little bit more clearly. It's interesting. Also, someone says out there that they want to help understand. Who's that? Is that you, Donna? Yes, Donna, that you want to help people understand how to make insurance, how to make it so that other people can obtain it and build wealth for their families. And I know you're working really hard on getting your licensing out there. Hey, listen, if you're thinking about getting a license in the insurance business and you need a little structure, you need somebody, or you want a better coach, or you want someone that you can ride with, give us a call. LifestyleFocusWealth.com. Click on there, join the community and schedule a one-on-one time with me. I'd love to talk to you, and maybe I could give you some insight on where to go in the industry. And who knows, I might know a firm that's always looking for qualified advisors. You know, the sponsors of this program would definitely like to talk to those folks, right? Exactly. L.R. Johnson and Associates Incorporated. Hey, Sam, listen, this is a big one. You guys are now hitting it. I can see you guys are now starting to talk about lifestyle-focused topics. It isn't all about money. But when we put it all together, it makes sense. Sam says, making mental health a priority. I'm going to say this. Not enough of us are paying attention to our mental health. We're not. Number one, it's not just important to pay attention to your personal mental health, but you got to be aware of other people's mental health. If you're not educated on different types of issues that may be surrounding you every day, I'm going to encourage you to take some time in this upcoming year. Hey, read a couple books, check out some videos. These things can be helpful. If you're going through a tumultuous time, you got someone that's toxic in your life, and you don't know why things are going the wrong way, you might want to pay attention to a lot of this behavior that's around you. What am I doing to attract it? Am I the person? You got to understand, mental health is a big, big factor. I'm a survivor of some of those issues my dang self. So I'm the first to jump in and help a colleague and understand that, listen, what you may be thinking when your world is rocked or upside down, or you come into contact with something, I say something, but a person or an energy or a personality that you just didn't understand, once you are able to diagnose what it is, it makes it easier to walk away and just don't engage. What you got to realize is if you're dealing with personality disorders and all these different things, and you're the one that is clear, there's nothing wrong with you. Your friends are going to think you're crazy. But when you start putting these boundaries in your life so that you can start making decisions and allow yourself to be able to say, that's enough of that. Just because you're friends, family, just because I've known you for 30 years, that doesn't give it an excuse for you to have to stay in any type of relationship where you're feeling like you've been abused or mistreated. Give each other the opportunity to walk away. And if you speak again, so be it. If you don't, so be it. But you don't have to get upset about it. You don't have to harm anyone. But I can tell you what happens on the other side of that. There becomes a level of understanding within yourself. And for me, I can tell you, I realized that the things that I was falling in love with that just was not looking like me, I was falling in love with me all over again. If that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, this is not the therapy episode, but, maybe we can have a one-on-one talk about it. So if you're a psychologist or a psychiatrist and you want to come on the show and we want to talk about lifestyle and mental health, I'm ready. 100%. Let's talk about it. Because I think that is a topic that we have to discuss, because mental health does affect our financial health and our physical health. If our mental health is unstable, a couple things happens. Cortisol levels go up. You start eating things that you don't want to eat, not supposed to eat. You're probably taking in more sugar. Your knees, your back, and everything else. You're gaining weight. You're probably doing these things that you don't need to be doing. And then the distractions. the distractions from what you should be doing financially. You should be making sure your taxes are in order. You should be making sure your savings and your budget is in order. You should be making sure that you have your wills and your trust in order. You should be making sure that you have your savings plan. You should make sure you have your operational account and your expense account. These things are important. It takes away from it when we're not able to think, when we don't have enough capacity to keep going. It can be exhausting. Mental health is definitely one of those things that I want to encourage you to work on and continue to learn more about as we move forward. Anyone else? Anyone else got any more things to say? Man, you guys are cooking today. You guys are cooking today. I'm open. I'm open. This is live. You know me. I don't need a script. Whatever questions or whatever we're talking about, put it in the comments. Don't wait to call me afterward. Put it in the comments. We can talk all day long. All day long. What does this have to do with financial services? Well, it has a lot to do with financial services. Because if you're not mentally prepared, you're having a lights out moment. If you haven't considered, how many people want to take their money and run when a relationship goes bad. That doesn't mean you destroy your whole house. No, you don't destroy your whole house. Maybe you focus in on it and you start putting these details together. Hey, for those of you who are, maybe you're in your second relationship in life. Make sure you take care of your first one. Make sure you take care of your first one. Go ahead, set up your trust. Right. Set your trust up so you can take care of your kids. Remember, brother and other. If I can take care of myself, if I'm happy about myself, I got to be happy for my brother. I got to be happy for my sister. And if I want to do these things, guess what? I'm probably going to be an influential person in the lives of the people that I communicate with, right? I love it. I love it. So listen, I want everybody out there to say, look, we're not just increasing financial intelligence. Now we're increasing mental health intelligence, physical fitness intelligence, emotional intelligence. And I use the word intelligence because just like financial intelligence, it's not enough to just know about it and be literate. It's about taking what you've learned, what you've heard, what you've experienced, and then taking solutions and putting them all together so that they work for you at the same time. Hey, shouts out to my friend, good old Ken Ford out there, as I hear him playing in the background. There's nothing like having some wonderful jazz for me playing in the background. Keeps me absolutely calm, helps me to relate, relax, release. And there's nothing like Lifestyle Focus Friday. Today, our topic is, hey, what have we done? What have we thought about? What are we going to focus on in the upcoming year? We're closing this thing out because you're exceptional. Exceptional means we don't stop just because we got a couple more days left. Sitting still is for suckers. Sitting still is for suckers, man. It's for suckers. I see you. Mental and emotional health sometimes affects us financially. Retail therapy is the real thing that gets us in debt. Feels good during the purchase, but the bills come later. I can tell you this, Catherine. You're so right. After having conversations with this group, I can honestly tell you, Christmas, although I love the fellowship, the reward comes from being around the special loved ones that you love. I've always said the most valuable asset that you have is time. when the time runs out, when that time runs out, it's lights out. You can't take these gifts with you. During the holiday season, I had a hard time buying gifts that I didn't need. I had a hard time doing that. But what did make it easier is, where did you use the money from? And if you're not there yet, let's put this on your bucket list for early January, February, and March, to sit down and have a one-on-one with us. Let us help you and assist you and guide you so that we can get you in the right mindset, so that you can start thinking about, hey, wait a minute. Let me put this financial tool together that will allow me, when the holiday seasons come along, that I can touch some funds without affecting the growth of it, and it continues to compound. And I have 12 months to pay myself back and still earn money from it. That's probably a better solution, because you can kind of beat the feeling of the retail therapy type of deal, because you know that you took care of the people you wanted to take care of, and you haven't affected yourself, or at least the creation of some of the dividends that are paying from the policies, right? I have another client that just called just the other day. And again, I think the loved ones stories are when the holidays come around, we start to think about it. And, this person was one of my favorite clients. And, he used to write me letters every year, handwritten letter. And the crazy thing is, this gentleman was in the banking industry, and he had a stroke. And he had to learn how to write with his left hand. So whenever he wrote me a letter, I kept it. I still keep them. Now, he had many kids, but he wasn't as close to all the family as maybe you and I may be, right? But the one thing that I can honestly tell you, the gift that keeps on giving, his daughter is a client of ours today. And I shared with her some intimate details about her father. And some of the things that happened here, she realized that the reason why we met was because her father approved it almost 20 years ago. And the difference was, we were talking about the becoming your own banking concept, and he was a former banker. And he was really discouraged because someone talked him out of it very early on. And then he had a stroke, and he couldn't take advantage of it for himself. So his ambition was to make sure that his family and friends all knew that there was another way of looking at his finances and the way that he was living. Well, he's passed on now, and he wasn't able to save bukus and bukus of money, but the money that he did save, I did have the opportunity to tell his daughter how significant that small amount was to him. Sometimes we look at the value amount, if it's $100 or $1,000 or millions of dollars, and we say, oh, well, I didn't get no money. Well, first of all, if that's how you think about it, you are having a lights out moment. Because if that person, if you knew the backstory, that person now disabled, not working, was saving $150 to $200 just so he can make sure that, number one, his kids didn't have to pay for his funeral. Number two, that anything that he could save above what his lifestyle was, he wanted to make sure that they were given something just to show how much he loved them and appreciation. And that is not the volume of how much he left. It is just the actual thought behind it. Now, once this gentleman got a little older and he got ill, he couldn't speak, so he couldn't tell his story. I just happened that I've had the awesome opportunity to spend that time with him. And one-on-one time that I got to hear things, I got to hear his true emotions and what he felt about a lot of different issues: family, friends, business decisions, past relationships. All these things come into play when we're talking about financial services. So when you're actually thinking about it, there is nothing like the money business, because the money business has allowed me to think about money in such different ways. It doesn't matter what platform I go into, I'm always strapped with knowledge. I don't have to have any money. You don't have to have money if you got knowledge, because you can create money. You can create it, but you got to be in execution mode. You got to be in execution mode all the time. All right, y'all got me preaching. You got me preaching. I just know that there's one more life out there I want to make better. I just know that there's one more family I just want to make them better. I just know that there's one more advisor out there that I just want to give this knowledge to, this platform to, before I'm done. And I am very aware that when my lights go out, that hopefully these videos and these talks will continue to ring out, that someone will continue to watch them. Maybe one day my daughter will even watch them and say, Dad was saying this stuff, I didn't understand it, but now that I'm watching it as a grown woman, I can understand where it was going. What is your legacy going to be? What is your legacy? Come on, y'all. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what your legacy is. We got a few more minutes left. I want to know. What are we doing in 2024 that you're willing to share? What are we doing? Maybe I can attach myself to it and do it with you. What are we doing? Well, I can tell you this. Put it in the comments. Come on, y'all. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and put it out there. This is the year end. This is the year end. Put it out there. What are you dreaming about? What are your goals? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? When are you going to start? Are you a Flintstone or are you a Jetson? Start talking about it right now. Because as we start talking about it, we're going to manifest it and we're going to make it come true. Why? Because you're going to be of a sound mind, a happy spirit. We're not worried about the money. The money will come. Why? Because you're doing everything else right. Your belief system is right. It's not the money. It's not the money at all. Yes, I want to leave money. I want to leave money. I want to leave wealth. But I'd rather leave a wealth of knowledge of how to use this capital. One day it's going to be something different. It was gold coins to dollar bills, and who knows, to cryptocurrency here very soon. Anybody got one of their items they want to share? Anybody? I see y'all just watching me. Am I out there by myself? Am I out there just by myself? I love it. I love it. I love it. So listen. First of all, I want to be the first to say thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for supporting Lifestyle Focused Wealth. Thank you guys for talking about it with your friends. Thank you for all of the support. Man, I tell you, that has made the end of this year exciting. I mean, it's so exciting on this end. I wish that you really understood how much I'm enjoying talking to you guys offline, hearing your stories, helping you and providing you with solutions to help create situations for your families that will outlive us all. Catherine, I have to be honest with you. Everything you just mentioned, if we're able to grow there, we're going to grow up, sideways, left, right. We're going to grow intellectually, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. And yes, I just read all your stuff backwards like I was dyslexic or something. But hey, listen, it all works. It all works. I'm looking forward to seeing that personal development for yourself. Because hey, look, we know how it's been. We listen, if you're not satisfied with where your life is right now, maybe you're satisfied and complacent. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to try something different. Try something different. Push yourself to a limit of exhaustion. And I don't just mean out there running. Hey, I've lost 65 pounds this year. 65. I hope I lose another 65, you know? But I can't do it just by sitting around and drinking sodas and doing those things. Hey, actually, I think I lost more weight than that. I'm going to say I lost almost 300 pounds. Let me explain. Once I learned that I am in control of my emotions, both spiritually, financially, and physically, I lost a lot of weight because I stopped thinking about the ones that I didn't need to be thinking about. Hallelujah. Listen, you got to let it go. What's holding you back? Everybody else. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is saying. Yes, I know. For those folks who are creeping up on our websites and still watching us, we know you're there. Enjoy the show. We're performing and we get better every single day. That's what we're doing every single day. And hell, I don't mind saying it. I want you mad as hell that we keep succeeding. God's got us. That's the plan. That's got us. When you love yourself and you love the other, you love your brother. Focus on that. Focus on love continuously. Let's get it. Let's get it all, baby. Let's get it all, baby. I hear you, Donna. I hear you. Hey, listen, thank you so much again for just being a partner and being able to listen to us. Those of you out there on Facebook Live that are just friends, hey, look, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello. I hope you decide to come out of the closet a little bit, not in that way, but the other way. Hit the button, hit share, hit like, hit a comment, tell a friend, and join our community. And, I look forward to seeing you next year. It's funny to say that, but when I see you next, we'll be in a new year. We'll be in a new year. I just want you to remember something. You can't say anything bad about playing a game when you played it with all your heart. When you played it to your utmost ability. You prepared for it like no other. You put the time in. Because you put the time in, the results will happen. People will begin to take you more seriously, and you don't have to talk about it. It's just going to become you. So I'm going to encourage you for 2023 into 2024 and beyond. Keep taking your steps, your ordered steps towards success. Eliminate the mistakes. Partner with people who can already help you just by making sure that you don't step off the yellow brick road. Stay away from the flying monkeys. See them coming. Stay on your path. Make your work your plan. Plan your work and work your plan. Hey, listen, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, right? Christmas is over with, Ronco. But I want to wish you a Happy New Year coming forward. Happy New Year and a joyous New Year to you as well. Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. I see all you, Donna, Sam, Catherine. Thank you guys for joining us today. That's been helpful in the dialogue today. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Hey, listen, that's my time today. But I want to be focused on your lifestyle. And you know what, man? Be sure you get the chance to tell someone you love them. Because you don't know when the lights go out. Are you ready? Hey, it's my time. Thank you for joining us. This has been Lifestyle Focus Friday. Don't forget, go online. Check us out at lifestylefocuswealth.com and our playback on YouTube at 8 o'clock p.m. on Friday. Catch us every Friday in an upcoming year. And I hope you recognize the nuances that are coming our way. I'll see you soon. Thank you for sitting back, relaxing, and unwinding with me. I'm your host, Ronco Johnson, and this is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? Thank you for joining us and enjoy your Lifestyle Focus Friday. I will talk to you next time. I'll see you guys at the top. Have a good day.